Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast, the channel that just gave you a setup for 400 pips on Euro USD, and we took it. This is also a business where Bahesa calls this.
As of right now, I think Forex day trading is borderline gambling and one of the craziest spaces on the internet, infested with so many scams, multi-level marketing pyramid schemes, fake flexers imposing unrealistic standards, and just overall shady activities.
Oh, that's greasy. Yeah, that's greasy.
I will now go through my entries, targets, stop losses, and risks that I see for this upcoming week. So let's get to it. Trading Forex is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Whatever has happened in the past does not need to happen in the future. The other thing, if you have also invested money right now, you could have lost them tomorrow. So be careful. If you day traded Euro USD for the entire month of April, do you know what your results could have been if you bought every single day at Daily Central? The result is here. Couple of pips. I have done the calculation. It is 2,500 pips if you day traded every single day. What's the drawdown, you might ask? What's the worst day? 37 pips. I didn't take these results home. I wish I did, but that is the target that we want to achieve every single time when we have such a beautiful market condition. Coming into the dollar index, we have the short up here. And here we have the take profit. Absolutely perfect. Nothing else can be said that is. Now, what do we do now? Well, price went up on a Friday. Price was like, bye. And what will I do now? I would say, okay, I would actually look for buys at the first week of May. So wherever we go, if it ups to 92.50 or all the way up to 93.80, give or take, that would be great. If that happens before 15th, that would be super duper awesome. If it doesn't happen, great. If it's rejected at either 93 or 92.30, I'm totally okay with that. I'm expecting May month to be some kind of range bound ending high, so we can sell it down in June. That is my hope, prayer, and wish. If you're looking into the dollar index, we can see that May is strongly bullish coming into June. So if that, and April was absolutely perfect, just as what you would expect out of April. It actually happened very smoothly. Jumping over to the dollar index COT report, where the hedge fund managers are placing their trades. They're actually taking profit on the longs, actually pretty okay. They are mostly long at this given time. As we're coming into the Australian dollar, US dollar, I would call out to this to be a range. I would also say that, if we come up to 77.45 would be a great place to sell again. I just don't think that's actually going to happen. I think that we're actually going to go not so high before falling again. If we come down to 76.40, that would be a great place to take profit short term, so we can take it up and then fall more next week. If you're looking into seasonality for Australian dollar, is actually falling in May. So dollar strong in May, yeah, Australian dollar falling in May. This is going to be a very fast market if that actually comes true. Coming into entries, either 77.33, I would say, actually, to be honest. And then I would take that down to 76.40, stop loss 50 pips above, which would be around 77.80. That is great. And then after that, everything is done. The risks that I see for Australian dollar coming into May is if China does very well, or if RBA all of a sudden becomes a bit more bullish on their economy. We shall see when that come out. I think the RBA is going to have a meeting next week, so heads up. Coming into Euro USD, we have currently a new lower low on Friday. Fantastic. I personally saw it up at 21.10. I did not tell anyone because that was an aggressive trade. So I would say Any pullback now at 2060 would be great, and then take it down to at least 120 for this upcoming week. If we're looking into seasonality, we're looking at May. April ends very high, and then May just falls like a ton of bricks. If that actually looks like the same as this year, then we are going to go down here. Coming into the trading plan for those coming days, I would say either this resistance here or 70.78 or 70.50 would be great. I actually don't think it's actually come up here. I don't know which price it's going to fall from, but wherever it's going to fall from around London Open probably would actually be a more better time than price. I just don't know the price, but of course if it comes up to 2050, great. That is a sell price. Coming down to 1960, 1950 area for the week, expect a bounce and then continuing lower. If it just falls, don't chase it, let it be, let it go, but you should have your positions in by then. 50 pips stop loss as always, so 50 pips is around 121, that's okay, great. What is the risks next week? I think that we have everything lined up for euro dollar to fall. We have euro falling seasonality wise, we have dollar strength seasonality wise, we now have a lower low, we now have a reversal, we now have everything we need. Boom! Fantastic. Coming into pound dollar, I think this is a very difficult pair to trade. I need to be honest, this is not my favorite price action. Euro dollar was much more interesting to trade. This is because it goes too high too fast, it comes down to buy again. Okay. But it doesn't come up to target. So I'm wondering why. For next week, I'm expecting this one to fall from either 38.66 or 38.96. I don't know if I will get those prices, but I just hope for it. And I think we might go below 137. And I also believe that the long-term target for the month is coming down to 135.70 for the month. I think that's actually pretty viable. Another thing to mention, that even though we have this as a target, it is not a straightforward business. As you can see, this is the buy price for the month last month, and it was bouncing, it was very difficult, and then all of a sudden it skyrocketed. Okay, that might actually happen this month as well. If you are looking into seasonality, it's pretty bouncy, pretty difficult trading in May. So I hope June will be much better, but seems like it will fall in the beginning as it's already done that. So falling, okay, dollar strength, okay, this might also be the one that we need to flip our positions, take our positions down again. What happens to our fundamental buys? We were supposed to be dollar bear, we're supposed to be going up on this pound thing. May is different. We have been doing pretty well so far for a very long time. So yeah. Just mentioning that the sidekick that we have at US 10-year has turned bullish again, or has stopped the fall. Not that it matters, but it matters for gold traders. So this one going up is not a good news for our gold buyers. So I would actually say, if you're going to go into gold, be careful of the bullish move. Coming into pound yen, I don't know what to say here. Where should we go? I have to say I am in doubt. Whatever your direction is, I'm going to let out and say, take a decision, choose your bias, whatever that is. If it's bearish or bullish, I don't know. I think we might fall. Pound yen might fall throughout May, but I think it's going to be a struggle. Difficult trading conditions. But if you get good trading conditions, of course, trade it. If you don't get it so much, please stay away. So coming in for the month, we have targets of 47 and 54, something. In between here, we have the weekly, which is around the target. So I don't think that's going to happen this week. So we hit the target on the week last week. But this is definitely a lower low for me. So in my view, this is our lower low. It come back on Friday evening. I think this is a great place to sell, by the way. I also think that 51.77 is a great place to sell. Wherever it comes down to, I think it's going to fall from here. And first target would be 150, then 149, then 148. I don't know which one I'm going to get, but have 3 positions open, daily, weekly position. Let your positions run until we have hit target, or it's evidently no longer bearish if you're selling. If you're buying, let it out a bit. Let it out a bit. I am not confident in this kind of move here, especially when we have been breaking the support levels here. So as a trader, I would rather have some kind of bounce here and probably take a second bounce here more than anything else. If it comes down to M2 at 150, okay, be prepared, be ready for a bounce, but it doesn't look too good so far. Coming into another good performer this week, we had buy price, target, boom. Target. It fell like a ton of bricks on Friday. What do you expect next, bro? Well, I think this is great. Sell from around... Sell from around either 71.94 or 71.80, give or take 10 pips different, with a target of 70.86. But also remember, even though we might fall, we might also have a bounce and then continuing lower. The bounce is what is difficult to know where we're gonna go, but where we're gonna go, we're gonna go. You know what I mean? So if we do something like that, we go down to S1, we come all the way back up to like here. Don't lose heart. There's nothing to worry about, but don't sell everything down here. You know what I mean? Another thing we need to look out for is that if we are down at S1 on the monthly on Australia or New Zealand or Euro, that it might not be there for a very long time. So if we go fast down, that should make you take profit faster. What else? 50 pips stop loss as always. Is there any risk to this one? Of course, there's always a risk to anything, but stop loss could be above 72.45. Get 50 pips, pretty much. If you're looking to seasonality for New Zealand dollar, we are straight up the first week and then straight down the next week. So difficult trading there, but I don't think that's going to happen now, but we all will see. We're yet to see that. So since we are in this greasy business,
Oh, that's greasy. Yeah, that's greasy.
let's start out with US dollar, Canadian dollar. The reason why I would say this is difficult to trade in May is because the Bank of Canada is very bullish on their economy, very strong. They are the most positive central bank on their own economy so far. That makes me worried because they also reflect in the Canadian dollar. So I might not trade USD CAD. I would rather take the Canadian dollar strength somewhere else, in another pair or something else. The seasonality for May on Canada is first falling and then rising and ending up in a range by the end of the month. So can we do something else? Something else? Euro, Aussie, pound, New Zealand, something? I don't know. I will put the Canadian dollar at the bottom of my list of things I want to trade, so I shall pass. What's the target for the month? Target for the month is 121.50 or 124.90. I would probably say most likely target, it probably is 24.24 before falling again. We never know, but I don't think we're going to go full moon, but if we do go full moon, you never know. The reason why is the dollar strength, the Canadian dollar strength. Another moment you guys have been waiting for is US oil. I would say if price is below 64, it is ready to be sold down to $60. I'm expecting these ones to fall in May. If it goes a higher high, well, then just take it up. I'm not going to stop you from that. The only thing that I'm going to say to that, follow the trend. Don't be very aggressive. But it's been a good buy. Right now it's at a good price to be bought. I would say it's a good price, that's a good buy. Or 62.22. Okay, you take your prices with you, and if you don't agree with whatever, okay, I believe it's gonna go down. You can believe it's gonna go up, and if I'm wrong, don't chase it, but find support and buy it up again. Wherever it goes. Remember to look out for OPEC meetings and the cuts in Saudi Arabia. That might be defining for the future oil price. Cuts and supply and demand is very important for oil. Coming into something that everyone expects me to do, silver. We have now a range, and yeah. Question mark. I'm not gonna do anything else. I do not have the demand I need. I do not have the technical analysis confirming my buys. So I am currently going to stay away. I want this to go higher, so I needed to break 2660. Until then, I'm out of here. If it goes lower, below 2560, okay, take it lower then. Take it lower. But I believe we soon are going to see increased demand for silver and oil and silver and gold coming into summer. Now you heard it from me a month or 2 months before it actually happens. Coming into your favorite commodity, gold. The seasonality for May is rather choppy, difficult range, falling, dropping, coming back up again. Okay. So if that's what we are supposed to expect for May, I don't know if I want to trade that. The other thing is, what have we right now? A range, slightly tilted to the downside, not performing, no demand, nothing whatsoever. When you look at the COT report, buyers are taking profit, selling shorters are coming more in. It is just the whole thing every single week of the COT report almost. There is no buyers. So I'm not going to buy either. So if you want to sell it, great, fantastic. I will give you the sell setup. If you want to sell it, probably look to sell around 1780 or 1770 down to 1745, 1740, or wherever it falls this month. It is going to be this week, probably not, maybe next week, but at some point between the next weeks, it's going to fall. So you just have to be careful. If you don't get whatever you want, get out of the break even. Don't risk too much to trade. Only risk 1% of your account. 1% of your account if you're trading gold. I have seen people losing 10, 15, 20, 50% of their account on gold. Please stay away. I'm going to be live tomorrow at 19:30 GMT plus 2, 19:30 in the evening, at 1:30 if you are in America, PM. Until then, have a nice day and good luck. Which video do you want to see next? This one or this one?